Okay, here we go. First well, not multi-day, but first longer hike with the dog. I think he's only been out on three nights maybe before, or 3 days, 2 nights. Just left the trailhead. There was 2 piles of broken glass, so not a great sign. Made it look as best as I could. Made my car look like nobody should want to break in. Opened up all the consoles in the glove box and put everything out on the seats. Took everything out of my wallet. Left an empty wallet open on the seat. So hopefully my car will be fine when I get back. Yeah, it's really not breezy, really warm, and there are some concerning looking clouds behind me, but should be fun. Lots of lakes, so here we go.
To the east, the road beneath my feet. To the west, well I haven't got there yet. And to the north, never to be caught. To the south, my time is running out. Ever since my childhood I've been scared, I've been afraid of being trapped by circumstances, staying in one place. So I always keep a small bag full of clothes, carefully stored. Somewhere secret, somewhere safe, and somewhere close to the door.
The end of the first night, I was super tired coming into this lake, and then when we got here, there's all this burned forest around most of the lake, so I thought we'd have to go to the next one. But I actually found a really good campsite that looks like somebody had been at before, because they made a little bench with a log and a rock, and I'll show you that in a second. But this is Mowich Lake, and glad we stopped here because it's really nice, though I do have to hike up quite a bit tomorrow morning. But yeah, it was so dusty after walking in all the sand. Hopefully tomorrow will be more rocky and less sandy. There's somebody else camping here, but maybe because they knew it was mostly burned forest. So yeah, just getting ready for bed, had dinner. Tomorrow's gonna be great. Good morning. The second day, we're hiking up and out of this lake basin where we stayed last night, where I think Vettel got some good sleep, but I could have got better sleep. There were a ton of deer. I could hear them sniffing around, I could hear them running around, and of course, whenever you hear something like that, you always think it's a bear come to take all your food or smash your tent or something, but just deer. Lots of deer print this morning. So I think today's going to be a lot warmer. I think we have a little bit of a climb today, this morning. That's okay, because I'm rested. The ground's wet, so it's not as dusty, loose sand as it was yesterday. And yeah.
Well, I've traveled many countries, I've washed my feet in many seas. I've drunk with grifters in Vienna and with punks in old DC. And I've driven across deserts, driven by the irony that only being shackled to the road could ever I be free.
The end of day 2. It's still early, it's like 5:30, but there's not really anywhere else to go. We can't really go farther because tomorrow is just like a big uphill burned area, so there's not really a place to like keep going and camp later. Though this isn't a great spot, it's pretty burned out. There is a lake behind me, Lake of the Woods, that I took a swim in, which was nice. Vettel's taking a nap until he just heard something right there. But yeah, today was really hot. For a while I was like, why am I doing this? But you know, it's hard to see now, but Mount Jefferson, there's a really good view over there. So yeah, we'll probably have dinner in like half an hour, get in a tent, read my book, and then probably wake up early and leave this place behind because I don't love it. Glad to see somewhere new, but it's not the best. So, yeah. Third day, and had a good sleep at Lake of the Woods. It was very warm that night. Right now, trying to find Swallow Lake Trail. Lost the trail a little bit, but as you can see, I still have Mount Jefferson in the background. Okay, now I feel like I need two hands. I need to get my GPS out and find this darn trail. Well, haven't found the trail yet, but this is a really cool spot. On my left, Mount Jefferson. On my right, Three Finger Jack. I don't know if the camera's gonna show it, but super cool ridge. And I am going that way, which has some real, actual, not burned forest. So maybe I'll get there. Found it. Yes.
To the east, the road beneath my feet. To the west, well I haven't got there yet. And to the north, never to be caught. To the south, my time is running out.
Okay, so I've lost this trail at least twice, and now it's just going straight up the side of a mountain. But you can see Three Finger Jack right to my right, and then just lots of burned forest, but I love the mountains in the distance. Whew.
I felt old before my time, but now I keep the age away by burning up the miles.
Uh-oh. Finally made it up the mountain, made it to this really cool lava valley with some snow that Vet'll like to roll in, eat. Vet'll, come back.
Filling up my days, and the nights 1,000 nights I've played, 1,000 more to go before I take a breath and steal myself.
Vet'll, you're gonna hurt yourself. I climbed to the top of South Cinder Peak, but I'm tired, so accidentally lost the trail a little bit and all the snow here, but here's the way to go. Vet'l's having the time of his life.
To the east, the road beneath my feet. To the west, well I haven't got there yet. And to the north, never to be caught. To the south, oh, my time is running out.
At Rockpile Lake for the night, and this is what I have to wear because of the mosquitoes. But we're the only people here now, so I'm a little worried actually, because when we hiked down the trail a little bit just to see what it looked like, and we hit a good amount of snow, and I know that it's a ridge walk for part of it, so I just hope that there's not snow out on that ridge. But anyway, here's the lake. It's pretty cold. We're at some like 6,200 feet or something. The sun is just going down over the ridge there, and I think it's going to get pretty cold. It's been windy, so we're going to get bundled up tonight and hopefully stay warm enough. So it's time to have some hot tea and breakfast. Maybe even sitting in the tent because it's so cold. but maybe not. We'll see. Just as we were leaving camp, the sun came out and cleared all the mist, and now I have this beautiful morning ridge walk. Black Butte is over to the left, big pyramid, but I think today is one of our longer days, but it should be mostly downhill. So, won't be too bad. Vettel was really not wanting to leave the warm this morning, so we ate breakfast, covered up with his blanket, and then as I went to go pack up, he got up and crawled back into the tent and curled up. So I let him sit in the breakfast spot, curled up in the blanket until it was time to pack up. But then the sun came out almost right after that, so maybe we just should have stayed in bed for longer. The misty morning was cool though. Yeah. Alright, so now I can see Mount Washington is straight ahead, and Three Finger Jack is like right around the corner.
So saddle up your horses now and keep your powder dry. 'Cause the truth is, you won't be here long. Yeah, soon you're gonna die.
Then I got to, I think, Jack Lake, and there's a trailhead there, so it was pretty busy. But I got to spread my tent out in my rainfly and let it dry since it was so misty this morning. I had to pack it up wet. We had lunch there, had some trail mix. That'll had some salmon snacks, and a sign said that it was 6 miles to Square Lake. So I think that Santiam Pass is maybe 2 miles after that, and so 8 miles total. Yeah, so I'm gonna hike down to Square Lake, and probably just go back to the trailhead. So I think it's about 8 miles total, hoping to do it in 3 or 4 hours. I'll just take a break if Vettel gets tired, but I feel like I can do it. In the meantime, I'm on a really cool hillside that's recovering from this fire, and just have the mountains, Black Butte, Sisters, Mount Washington as my guides on this trail.
To the heart, there's no time for you to waste. You won't find your precious answers now by staying in one place. Yeah, by giving up the chase.
Made it to Square Lake, and before I got here, I'd already decided that I'm just gonna drive home because I really want a salad and a beer, and then go continue the hike, drive back out to a different trailhead tomorrow morning. But glad I made that decision because it's still pretty early. It's only 3, and there's like no campsites at this lake, so we just have to hang out somewhere in this like skeleton forest, hot skeleton forest for forever. So that wouldn't be great, but yeah, about 2 miles back to the trailhead. Vettel's super sleepy, super tired. He's hot. We couldn't really find a way down to the lake that wasn't busy, but yeah, so we'll head back and I'll let you know how tomorrow goes. Day 6. We made it, had a shower last night, still wearing my dusty clothes, but made it to the Whitewater Creek trailhead, and you can see Mount Jefferson. It's a 7.5 mile gravel road that we have to travel on, and I had some worries that I wasn't going to make it, but trusty Mazda 3 got us there. So we're about to head off. It's going to be a very dry, like 5 mile stretch through this burned forest with no water, but brought us enough. So yeah, here we go.
To the east of the road beneath my feet. To the west, well I haven't got there yet.
Jefferson Park after a long, hot day. And, yeah, Bettle's really tired. He's having a little doggy nap next to me. We got here. I swam in Scout Lake for a second, for as long as you can swim in a alpine lake. We walked around, saw Bays Lake, saw Russell Lake. We had dinner, and now it's time to get some water and go to sleep. Escape the mosquitoes. They're pretty bad right now, but I think it's a little chilly now that the sun went down, so they're slowing down. They're still out here finding me, but not as many. Yeah, so tomorrow's the last day, and we'll hike out. But yeah, back to the car, into the trip. It's a good trip overall. It's kind of annoying hiking with this guy. Sometimes he likes to go off on his own hike, side trail, and he poops 3 or 4 times a day, sometimes in really inconvenient spots. So that's annoying to have to deal with. But overall, it was good. I'm glad I took him. Really tired. It was good exercise. I don't know that I'd go on another 6-day trip with him. I think 4 days was kind of his limit. At 3 days, he was ready for some afternoon naps. And at day 4, he was hiking slower than me. So it's probably good that we went home and took a break. I think he would have been really sad otherwise. Yeah, so I guess this is it.
I face the horizon everywhere I go. I face the horizon